Welcome to the National Chumps Podcast. I'm your boy Bird.
I'm Rev!
And I'm done.
Yeehaw.
All right, guys, season 2 of National Chumps. We're super excited to be back after our long summer hiatus. The three of us being teachers for our career, we get our summer off, so we try to enjoy it. Before this episode begins, when we talk about college football, we mentioned that Avery Johnson had entered the transfer portal at Kansas State. It turns out that we got some misinformation. I read it wrong, and I don't know what I'm talking about. Just remember that when you listen to our podcast. Just for fun. But we're super glad to be back. Anything that we talk about Avery Johnson is incorrect. He is still enrolled and plans on playing football at Kansas State this year. That doesn't change the picks between Jay Bird and myself that you guys will see later on in the episode. But welcome back. We hope that you guys enjoy. We can't wait to get this football season started with you guys and make our way from football season to basketball season all the way through baseball season in the spring. Enjoy. National Chump Season 2, Episode Number 1, the 2025 College Football Preview. We are so back, boys, and I can't wait to talk about college football.
Got me juiced up, ready to go.
It's just so nice to be back with both of you guys, and I can't wait to see how wrong Dunham is about his predictions this year. It's going to be my favorite part, I think.
I'd like to think that my predictions are on the right track, but it's college football, and we all know that it's not possible to predict anything correctly.
Especially when money talks.
Money talks, baby.
But
Except
hey, we are back.
we are back.
We are back. All right. So, the first thing that we are going to do to start off Season 2 is we are all going to put our fandoms on the line here. We found a wheel of every FBS team, and we're going to put everybody on the wheel, and whoever the wheel lands on, well, that's going to be the team that we have to cheer for this year. So, as exciting as this is, it's also a little bit scary. Being a Michigan man, and yes, I know I'm wearing Florida State gear, but it's Jameis Winston. How can you not love the guy?
Fair enough.
Being a Michigan fan, I could end up with Ohio State, and that would be rough having to wear some Ohio State gear on the podcast.
And
every
let me
week.
tell you, I can't wait for the absolute meltdown if Mr. Dunham here gets Oregon State. How would you feel about that? Because you gotta do it. You gotta root for him, no matter what, no matter the circumstances. I gotta see Oregon State on that TV.
What's our punishment?
If you don't do it,
No. What's the punishment for the week if my team sucked?
so if your team sucks or loses for the week, I think we're still kind of hashing that one out.
Yeah.
Because it might also fall inside with some of the weekly predictions that we're going to share with you. Some of our favorite bets of the week. Hopefully we can get some of these episodes out before we can do that so we can try to sway you in the right direction, if you will. But we've been discussing maybe everybody's least favorite sandwich. You got to eat in front of everybody. Maybe a little tuna sandwich. Kind of nasty.
Yeah, I think in that case I would probably enjoy eating a tuna sandwich in front of everybody.
All right, so who's going to go first? I say we go youngest to oldest, so I think we should put Justin on the wheel first.
Let's go.
All right.
SEC or die, baby. Feel pretty confident I'm going to get a good team here.
The wheel is spinning, and we land on
Is that BYU?
Oh, yeah, baby.
BYU.
Let's go. Huge.
Cougar Town.
Let's go, Mormons.
The Stormin' Mormons.
That's big time.
I'm good with that. I like that.
That lands pretty well on you?
Yeah, the wheel definitely treated me right there.
Yeah. Are we picking
all right
5
with
teams or 3 teams?
We're just gonna go one each.
One each, and then when basketball season comes around, we're gonna do the wheel again. Then baseball season comes around, wheel again.
Okay.
So BYU is officially off limits. So that puts me on the wheel next.
I hope
Wheel
that this is like
spinning.
is that San Jose State.
Vanderbilt.
Wow.
Oh, the Commodores. Little Chris
Little-
Lee action.
Little Diego Pavia action.
Yeah.
I like it.
Hey, he looked
I
pretty. He looked
like
pretty good
it.
on that little documentary.
He did.
So.
did.
So you could get a Jeremy Ogachukwu.
Ogachukwu.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
Ogachukwu.
I can definitely rep some Commodores gear.
Think he's
Kind of wish it
number
would have
12.
been. Kind of wish it would have been baseball for Vanderbilt. But no, we'll rep the SEC. Anchor down, baby.
I like it. I like it.
Oregon State. Oregon State. Oregon State. Oregon State.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
There's black. Is that
Oh.
Cal?
Oh,
Pittsburgh. I like the Pitt
That's not
Panthers
bad.
this year. I like the Pitt Panthers.
Oh no, that's Oklahoma State.
I was
That
gonna.
was
It's
two
Oklahoma
away.
State. By the way, Oklahoma State would have been bad. They play Oregon in week 2. That's not ideal,
Ooh.
right?
There we
So,
go. The wheel has chosen our fates.
Yeah, and it looks like I got the shittiest of the 3 teams.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think.
yeah. Unless Diego Pavia can do it again and just rail through the SEC.
It would be awesome, but
Don't
not
see that
very,
happening.
Not very likely.
Yeah, I don't know. It's possible. You never know with them. They surprised a lot of people last year. Alabama was not what everybody expected to be last year, and you never
Fair
know
enough.
who's going to show up on what Saturday.
Yep.
Hey, you know what? If Vanderbilt can play spoiler like they did this year and ruin a number 1's team chances, or just ruin somebody's chances in the SEC and just keep shaking it up, I'll take that.
Yeah.
I think that's fun. I like it. I'm Vanderbilt all the way.
Yeah, I
14
like
and
it.
0 incoming.
I was going to say, hang on,
SEC champs incoming.
let me pull up that schedule right quick.
Also, forgot to mention that each one of us is going to buy a jersey from the team that we're going to support this football season. So,
I could rock a Pitt jersey.
You gonna go Kenny Pickett?
I don't know. Maybe.
Pittsburgh's got some good alum.
Let's see if I can find a Larry Fitz Pittsburgh jersey,
Larry
right?
Fitz.
Larry
That's,
Fitz
that's
would
where
be a
my
good
mind
one.
went to.
All
Love me
right,
some Larry Fitz.
let's take a look at the 2025 Vanderbilt football schedule over here for you. They start off with Charleston Southern. Now, I would say win, except for last year they lost to Georgia State in week 2.
You're never gonna know what you're gonna get with Vanderbilt,
You
but they
never
go
know.
they go to Columbia. That'll be a tough game.
Mm-hmm.
They're also going to be hosting the LSU Tigers on October 18th, and one of our co-hosts is going to be at that game. So,
yeah, going to be there.
Jaybird, you better hope that
Sick invite, asshole.
my Vanderbilt
sorry.
Commodores get it done.
Dude, if you want me to, I'll wear your jersey.
Yeah, do it.
Might be a little small.
If they win, get Vanderbilt tattooed on your ass.
You got to get the anchor.
Anchor down.
That'd be an outlandish thing for one of our weekly.
That would be pretty wild.
Instead of a tuna sandwich.
tattoo on the ass.
That would be nuts.
Well, now that we've gotten all of our teams figured out for the season, we're going to get into our top 25 next, but we are just going to take a quick little break and get everything set up, and then we'll talk to you about our top 25s. Don't go anywhere.
All right. We are back after our break, and now we are going to discuss our top 25s and probably have a lot of arguments over our top 25s because some people at this table are stupid.
We could be. I can't disagree. I've been called stupid a plethora of times.
Maybe-
Not me.
I was going to say, was plethora too big of a word for you to understand there, Jaybird?
Whoa.
this is what happens when you sit at the table with 2 PE teachers.
Hey, now.
Best job in a school.
Hey, agreed. Anyways, let's get into Bird's top 25 college football rankings. Let's take a look at the first 2 rows. So that'll be the top 8 if you're following along. For you, those of you just listening, we have number 1, Penn State. Number 2,
Hold on.
Clemson.
Damn it. No, this is right.
You sure?
Yeah.
Jaybird, does this look right to you?
Yeah, that's me.
Okay,
All right. Okay. So make that 3 stupid 2 people at the table now.
Yep.
Number 3, Ohio State. Number 4, the Oregon Ducks. Number 5, Texas Longhorns. Number 6, Notre Dame. Number 7, the LSU Tigers. And number 8, Georgia Bulldogs. Jaybird, tell us your thoughts.
This looked a lot different before one of our conversations. We were talking about just notable returners for a lot of these schools, and after doing some research and going back into college football mode, had to turn it back on, and seeing what happened in the college football playoff, I had to bring out some of these teams like Penn State, Drew Aller. Love that. They finished the season really well. They were in the college football championship.
Yep.
So you can't let them run down too far, in my opinion. And then with Klubnik coming back, we're going to talk about him a little bit later, talking Heisman stuff for predictions. He's an absolute dog. The Clemson guys are going to do really well, in my opinion. And then I'm a big Jeremiah Smith guy for Ohio State. Yeah, we know Rev is a Michigan guy. It doesn't matter.
Cheater.
Hey, just a small $20 million fine, okay? It's just $20 million.
They
It's
can
not-
eat that.
Still got the
It's
national
about the
title.
principle.
Dave Portnoy is going to just
15-0.
give it right back to him.
Yeah, jerk.
And then got the Oregon Ducks. I kind of think with this one, I might have given them a little bit too much leeway and put them a little high. But
I agree.
out of the last 10 years, they're always in the top 7.
Always in
Top
the
8.
conversation.
Yeah.
Always find a way to blow it.
They do. But then we go 5 at Texas. I
Arch
know
Manning.
everybody is high on Arch Manning, but I need to see more, I
think
guess,
I
personally.
think it's the other side of the ball.
The defense.
I think the defense is good.
The defense
The
in Texas
defense
The
is
is
defense,
good.
I mean, the
They were good
defense
last year.
in Texas
They were
has been
good.
good the last 4 years. But I think if they could figure it out offensively, I think they're going to be higher. But their first test, if they could get past Ohio State,
7.
Yeah.
then
win, Sark. 7 win, Sark. 7 win, Sark.
He'll probably have 7 wins in the SEC.
yeah.
I mean, Texas is good. But let's let you run through the rest of your top 8 here without any interruptions.
Notre Dame was kind of just like a previous year thing for me. They were dominant last year, all the way up into the semifinals. They were some dogs. So
And I love their coach.
yeah,
Love their coach.
You have to.
Jeremiah Love is a stud. Like, Notre Dame's got a good program.
They do.
I don't love their schedule.
No, but when you play in FBS independent schedule, that's what you get.
Yeah.
I mean, they start the year off pretty hard, but it tends to get a little bit easier as the year goes on.
And I think that was something I was looking at too. If they could start the year off strong and then coast into playoff time, they're
Sure.
gonna be golden pony
Yeah.
boy
Where'd they struggle last year?
at the start.
That's right.
But
Mhm.
hey,
Lost to
it's
Georgia Tech.
just gonna make it. A lot of these teams, if they start playing better at the end of the season, good for them. If they start off a little rocky and they can finish good, then they'll be in a great spot at playoff time.
Yeah, I mean, they got 2 SEC teams in there. They might as well get the benefit of the strength schedule that the SEC does.
Well, how can you argue if you're playing the best teams all
Shut
the time?
up.
I don't
Shut
know what
up.
you want me to say.
Shut up.
So going into 7, LSU, absolute tank of a QB coming back.
Man, that was such a big return for
Yeah.
LSU.
It was.
Big time.
And then Georgia at number 8. I think for any SEC team right now, for the most part, obviously other than South Carolina and LSU, and Florida with Lagway.
Oh yeah,
You know,
Lagway's good.
those are 3 like for sure quarterbacks. Georgia, I know they're going to recruit somebody that's phenomenal, and they did.
Well, they have Gunnar Stockton.
They have Gunnar Stockton, but is he going to be able to carry that through the season? I mean,
Well, we just gotta hope that the Georgia guys drive the speed limit.
Well, they've
And
already
stay-
shown
stay
they
out of
can't
the
do
jail.
that.
stay out of jail, boys.
They've already struggled with that in camp.
Yeah, I mean, how many of those first couple weeks are we gonna be losing Georgia guys for team discipline or league
Never.
discipline?
They don't do team discipline.
Well, I mean, Steve Spurrier always said he liked to get Georgia sometime in the first 2 weeks when he was coaching back in the SEC.
He also
and that has aged pretty well.
he
I
also
won't lie about
mentioned
that.
he had a story about Auburn and coloring books and the library being burned.
Yes.
That was great.
I remember reading about that one too
That was
earlier
good.
this week. But I think my big disagreement out of the top 8 is maybe just a little too much love for Penn State. I love their roster. I love everything that they have, but James Franklin finds a way to ruin it all.
All right,
They might get there, but I don't know if they have the national championship in their sights.
I'm calling a timeout right now. The college football playoff was made to get James Franklin in it every year. Okay.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay, and
But
if you
is he
get in
built
it,
to win it?
if you get in it, you got a shot to win it. We didn't think Notre Dame was going to have a shot, and they found a way.
We also didn't think Arizona State was going to beat Texas.
We didn't think Indiana had a chance. Who would have put Indiana in the playoff week 1 last year?
Not
a
I.
lot-
Right?
Not
Not a lot
I.
of people. And if you look at your top 25, Jay Bird, kind of putting you on the spot here, who's one of those teams that maybe a lot of people are not looking at too closely, but could find their way into the college football playoff?
Two that stand out for me, Louisville
do like Louisville.
and Baylor. Baylor finished out the year really good. Didn't start. They were shit at the start of the year. But again, Baylor's one of those really high offensive teams. So if they can knock it straight at the start of the season, I could see them being top 15. Louisville and the ACC, they had a great finish to the year. Obviously, not as good as they wanted to, but if they can continue how they finished, especially beating Kentucky by 30, that was good for them. Finish the year off on a good note. Let's start the year off on a good note for Louisville.
I was playing quarterback for the Louisville Cardinals.
Well, it's not Tyler Shuck anymore.
It is not. They lost the first-round pick at quarterback. That's a big loss.
I don't know if Tyler Shuck was worthy of a first-round pick, but that's a whole other podcast right there. But no, I like Louisville a lot too, and I think Baylor's also a great pick. And I see you sneaking James Madison into that top 25 as well.
I did. Finally becoming bowl eligible, I think.
Yep.
Right?
Their little ban is over for making the jump to the big leagues, I guess.
So I would love to see JMU have a standout year, continuing their streak. What was it? They won 4 in a row in their conference before coming up to the big leagues.
Mhm.
And I think they had a decent year last year. What was their record?
I can't remember what the Dukes finished at, but I do remember that they weren't a pushover by any means.
No. So I think, if they did really good with NIL and recruiting, and boost themselves a little bit more.
Yeah, maybe that's something else we should look at too when we're thinking about our top 25. Is who's got some of the best recruiting classes? I don't know if our
I think that's
tech
a
guy
reason.
can pull that up.
That's
to the
one of the
side here.
reasons I think I put Kansas up there, Jayhawks, especially with an extra $300 million to throw at sports.
Yeah,
That's gonna come big. It might not be this year, might not be next year, but look out for the Jayhawks in a multitude of sports.
yeah, they do. The Jayhawks do seem to be coming back around. Well, there wasn't anything to come back around on from the football point until a few years ago. Still can't believe Aqib Talib went there. But just little things like that. But I like Kansas. They're a fun team to watch. Big 12 football should be, interesting during the regular season, but I don't know what kind of noise they'll make during the playoffs. So we can probably move back into another top 25 here after listening to Jaybirds there. I say we transition over to Dunham's. Or do you want to go to me?
We can go to mine.
All right, let's go to Dunham's because I know that Dunham's going to have strong opinions on whoever he picks. So Dunham's top 8 of his top 25. We have number 1, Penn State again. Number 2, Clemson. 3, we have the LSU Tigers. Number 4, Texas. Number 5, Ohio State. Number 6, Arizona State. Number 7, Georgia. And number 8, the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame. I guess what stands out to me is number 6, Arizona State. But Dunham, what is your reasoning behind your top 25?
Well, Penn State number 1. I've made this argument for a long time. If Nick Saban was the current head coach at Penn State University, this team would be the unanimous number 1 team in America with all of the AP votes going towards them. Okay, that's not a refuted claim. They have the best roster. They have potentially the best quarterback in this class. They got a better offensive coordinator. They got better receivers. They lost some pieces on the defensive line, but they can just retool there. Clemson, it's all about Cade Klubnik. Dabo Swinney finally said, fine, I'll get into that portal. Jesus told me to get into that portal, so I'm going to get in that portal, okay?
It's about time.
And so because Dabo heard Jesus tell him in a dream that he should go to the portal and start, paying guys because they deserve it, and Jesus said, if you have the fruits of the labor, you should pay them. And Dabo was like, you're right. So he jumped in the portal, and now he's paying guys as well. We can't act like Dabo just disappeared. He has 2 national titles under his belt. Granted, one came with Trevor Lawrence, and the other came with
Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
And DeAndre Hopkins, right? Wasn't Diop on that team?
Yeah.
Or was Diop before that?
And we can't forget about Hunter Renfrow.
Oh, yeah. Hunter Renfrow. I think he's going to make some quiet noise with the Carolina Panthers this year, but that's a whole other topic again.
LSU at number 3. Garrett Nussmeier's a dog. Their defensive line is going to be a bunch of dogs. Baton Rouge is the true Death Valley. Sorry, Clemson fans. LSU is the true Death Valley. Texas at 4. I like their defense. Arch needs to prove some things. I don't know if I love how much love they're getting, and I don't know why they're ranked number 1. Let Arch prove it first. Okay. Ohio State at 5. Similar, right? Like, we know that this team has the potential to be good. However, losing both coordinators is going to be a problem. Having a new quarterback is going to be a problem. Ryan Day, without those 2 coordinators, was bad. He was literally on the hot seat. Okay? He has yet to beat Michigan.
That's a problem.
It's a problem.
It's a problem.
It's a problem.
It is a problem.
But
national championship, sure. But did you beat Michigan?
No.
No, hasn't yet.
Right. And so I put them at 5. Like, I think they're okay, but this could be the team that slips out of the top 10 eventually. Or they stay in the top 10. They have a tough schedule as well. Arizona State 6. Okay, a lot of people will look at this and be like, this guy doesn't know ball. Shut up. Shut up. Okay. Arizona State won a lot of one-score games last year. Yes, that's a fact. However, they returned the most players in college football. Their head coach is the Energizer Bunny, and the hamster wheel never stops. This guy is go, go, go 24/7, 365, and is non-stop. Okay? I always said, especially when I'm coaching or if I'm part of a program that is losing the close games, young teams have to learn how to win those. Well, guess what? Arizona State found a way to win those games last year. They know how to do it now. They're comfortable. The Big 12's wide open. This team is good. Okay? They are good. The Georgia Bulldogs. This is a team I'm not extremely high on. I don't know if I trust Gunnar Stockton. I don't trust Kirby Smart. The defense will be okay, but you have to remember this team was also in close games last year, and they know how to win them. Gunnar Stockton played in a lot of them. They had to beat Georgia Tech after Carson Beck got hurt. Gunnar Stockton found a way. Okay, he got some playoff experience under his belt. It wasn't great. We'll see how this year goes. The Notre Dame Fighting Irish, week 1 and week 2 are tough. The rest of the schedule is a cupcake. Enjoy it. Ole Miss, I'm high. Austin Simmons is good. Okay, you want to talk about 6'5" with a laser rocket arm. He came in against Georgia last year and just diced the entire defense, no problem. 6 plays, 75 yards, 3.5 minutes, 7 points on the board. Lane Kiffin, Austin Simmons, look out. My Ducks at 10. This team is good. Dante Moore has a lot to prove. We're down in the wide receiver room. We lost Evan Stewart for the year. Jerion Dickey got indefinitely suspended last week. So this is where DeCorian Moore is going to have to step up.
Jerion Dickey, what a name.
Yeah,
What a name.
And if you play NCAA football at all, he's a dude. He's 6'5". He's got 99 speed, 99 hands. just doesn't have the emotional maturity to just hang out yet. Just doesn't have it. Hopefully he gets there. Florida I'm really high on. If DJ Lagway can stay healthy, this team is good. The schedule's tough. This team is sick.
I agree. I think especially after watching just how
behind the scenes a little
yeah, the SEC doc on Netflix. If you haven't watched it and you're a college football fan, I would say give it a watch, especially if you like seeing what goes on behind the scenes. Billy Napier, just dealing with all that adversity and trying to figure out the whole quarterback room situation last year, and I think he's setting up Florida to be a very, very formidable team in the SEC this year. I think Florida has a very solid chance of making that SEC championship game.
Yeah, it was great to watch them. Like, all the outside noise never got to him. Never got to him.
Right. Is there anybody on your top 25, Dunham, that you see that has a shot to possibly sneak into that playoff?
Sneak into the playoff?
Yeah, somebody that might surprise you or surprise, I guess, the country, similar to Indiana did last year.
Georgia Tech would technically be that team, I guess. I was going to go the opposite way, the team that's not in the top 25 at the end of the year. That's the Miami Hurricanes. I know they're at 12 right now. Mario Cristobal, the guy's 500 record before he got to Oregon. Dude's had how many first round or top 5 picks at quarterback and has never won a national title. He's got a Rose Bowl under his belt because Justin Herbert ran for 2,000 yards because he wouldn't let him throw the damn football.
I think there might be some Mario Cristobal hate here.
There's no hate.
A little
here.
bit a little bit of bias here.
A lot of
There's no bias. This is
him.
reality. He had Cam Ward, and they damn near lost 6 games.
I mean,
They couldn't play in the
wrong.
ACC title game with Cam Ward.
Is that on Cristobal or is that on
Yes.
Cam Ward?
No.
I mean, at the end of the day, who's out there executing?
Cam Ward.
Who's?
Do you guys understand how Mario Cristobal runs his offense?
I mean, sounds like he runs it pretty shitty, if you ask me. But
He's going to recruit big offensive linemen. The trenches are going to be sick, okay? And then he gets in this headspace that says, I'm going to run the football down your throat 95 times. And then he tries it, and then he gets stuffed on first down, stuffed on second down, and then he tells his quarterback, hey, we're going to run it on third down, and we might go for it on fourth down. And not to mention, he's got the worst clock management in the history of college football.
hey, some people just don't like to use their timeouts. Sometimes they think they go to the next quarter.
Well,
I mean, lots of
I would agree
crazy
with
things.
Dunham on that one.
Do you
he is pretty fucking bad at.
Do you
Clock
remember?
management.
Running the clock is hard.
Do you remember when they had Georgia Tech beat, and all it would have
Yes.
taken is one knee, he ran the football? See what I mean? He's like, I'm going to run it down your throat, instead of just taking a knee.
Man, he's got to juice some of these guys' stats up. But
Oh, my.
if I'm looking at your top 25, Dunham, I don't really see anything too crazy on there. I think putting Iowa at 25 is a little just kind of a jab at me for whatever reason, because Iowa's not that good. They have a great defense, and the wave is very cool tradition.
It is.
But Iowa outside of that, like, kick rocks, man. They're gonna score 10 points a game.
I don't know. I like Gronkowski. He's mobile. He's not Spencer Petras, okay?
Okay, we saw him throw a 7-yard out on Twitter, and that's about it. Like, I'm not that impressed, and I won't be until
has nothing to
until I
do-
see Iowa put up more than 20 points in a game this season. I'm gonna be bullish on them.
I'm right there with you. Like, I don't disagree. However, this is a Kirk Ferentz defense. They're always going to be good on defense. Okay, they play Albany, Iowa State, UMass.
Watch out for the Minutemen.
Okay.
You never know
the
what
worst,
UMass
the
is
worst
gonna bring to the
D1
table.
football program. Okay, then they go to Rutgers. Indiana will be the telltale game. Where are we at? Okay.
Well, that's going to be telltale for both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, because there was a lot of people who liked Indiana last year, and honestly, the whole Indiana run was kind of cool. I liked them doing a good job in the Big Ten, making some extra noise that wasn't necessary. They were a good team, and they have a good coaching staff, and
they
like you said, it's gonna be
Oh,
a telltale game.
Brutal
for both of them.
November for him too.
Yeah, I mean, they get to host Penn State and they get to host Oregon. We know what happens when big-time top 10 teams walk into Kinnick, especially at a night game late in the season.
Well, and I think we talked about it a little bit last season when we were talking about college basketball and just these Big Ten teams that are now traveling on the road cross country. Like, you really got to watch out. That's a major upset alert. It doesn't matter who you are.
I mean,
Like,
it's tough.
it's you're going from Pacific time zone to the Eastern time zone in Iowa, or you'd be in the Central time zone. Actually, my apologies.
Yeah, once you get
but
east of Indianapolis.
it's still like it's difficult to just go on the road in the Big Ten.
Yeah, I mean, Oregon went to Camp Randall last year, November 15th, 16th, late in the season after 7 straight Big Ten games, and it was like 7-0 till the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Oregon was on the ropes, man. It's a tough game, especially when the weather gets cold. It starts to snow. Like, Oregon gets cold, but it's not Midwest cold.
Yeah, those West Coast teams aren't used to that playing in that cold, especially if they're recruiting from more of their pipelines as well.
Right.
I think there was even a little segment about that in the SEC documentary that some of these guys have just never played in cold weather games before.
Yeah, Tennessee was
And
not
it's-
ready.
And it's hard. It's different. The ball doesn't feel right in your hands. Sometimes you don't even feel the ball in your hands. We've all played, football in the cold, and sometimes the best spot to be is on the sideline in that fucking jacket.
Next to the heater, baby.
That's the best spot to be.
Don't call on me.
I do like your Ole Miss call here. I think they have some good talent. I absolutely love Lane Kiffin. I think he's kind of gotten this little kind of joke about way around the league where sometimes he gets respect from people and sometimes he doesn't. But to me, he's kind of like a mini John Gruden in the way that he talks to people, loves the game, associates with others. And it's only a matter of time before one of these Lane Kiffin teams gets into a college football playoff and probably wins a couple games.
Yeah, and I listened to his interview on the Ryan Clark podcast, and it was just so down to earth, so human, of being like, yeah, I got fired at USC, and then I was like, why do I care about this so much? I might as well just start caring about people. And then he went to Ole Miss, and you just see all the success he's had. It's been it's just refreshing.
Yeah, and the SEC is tough. Obviously, it's got the most top 25 matchups out of every other conference in the league. It's just how it goes.
Which is why their strength of schedule is so
Shut the
great.
Dude, why is Oklahoma ranked in the top 25? This team sucks.
They do.
This team
they shouldn't be there.
sucks.
They don't. They shouldn't be
They
there.
suck. Why?
Well,
I don't get it.
If you're voting on this as a coach, what do you take in as your criteria? We voted on this, and honestly, I have no merit to make a top 25, and I'll tell you that straight up to your face.
Yeah.
So coaches got to think about a lot of things, right? They think about who they all play. I'm sure they think about the roster that they have. They have to bring last year into account, and they're probably thinking about the transfer portal recruits that they have coming in. Are they looking at the 11 starters that are on the field, or are they always looking at
The full roster.
the full picture?
Mhm.
Do we want it, or maybe it's just a media thing? The media poll is going to be completely different because everybody in the media, especially those at ESPN, are really going to ride the SEC as long as they can because they have the contract rights now. They get to broadcast all the SEC games, and if they're going to be playing SEC games on ESPN, they want to have number 11 playing number 19.
Yeah, but that's why this is stupid. Last year, the ACC versus SEC record. Oh my God, the SEC was atrocious last year. Atrocious.
Chill out, Spaz.
No,
okay.
This is the
okay.
type of bullshit I hate.
But it's
This
good,
is what
it's
I
good
hate.
football at the end of the day. The SEC
Traditional
plays
football.
plays more of the pro style football than
Yeah.
anybody else, except for maybe the Big Ten. The Big Ten has the most pro ready guys in the league.
How many times do I got to freaking do this? Okay, Nick Saban is gone. The godfather of college football in the modern era is gone. He's not coaching anywhere anymore. Okay, there's 7 of the SEC titles in the last 15 years gone. Okay, Cam Newton's not at Auburn, gone. Tim Tebow's not at Florida, gone.
Yeah, they got Lagway, just as good,
Nussmeier.
You're saying that DJ Lagway is Tim Tebow.
just as good.
I have yet to hear DJ
Whoa,
Lagway.
whoa, okay.
I have yet-
Hot take.
And I hate Tim Tebow. He was a great football player, but there's just some things about Tim Tebow that just kind of rubbed me the wrong way.
I haven't heard DJ Lagway say John 3:16 told me to get in the damn end zone.
Yeah, well, nobody says shit like that. That's why I don't like Tim Tebow. He's weird, quirky, but God, is he a football man?
Yes, he
He's
is.
just a football guy.
Remember when he tried to
deserved
play
that statue.
baseball?
and tight end.
Yeah.
Like,
Wow.
Tebow was doing anything to be
Guys,
competitive.
he's an athlete. Okay.
He is.
So, like, there's no true takeover player in the SEC right now. There's not. Like, Nussmeier is probably the closest player to it.
Ryan Williams.
Ryan Williams is.
Who is throwing him the football?
Does it matter?
Yes.
You throw him the fucking football. He's going to catch it.
Well, it's hard to throw him the football if there's 8 defenders in between him.
Ryan Williams.
How many
does find a
people?
way to get
How many
open
coaches
quite
at
a
Alabama in
bit.
the last 4 years have believed in Ty Simpson to play quarterback? Even Nick Saban looked at him and said, "Nah."
He's there
Kalen
for a
DeBoer
reason.
Kalen DeBoer was like, "Nah."
He's there for a reason.
And you know what? You gotta play the games. And Alabama, I'm not really high on Alabama this year either, because I think that quarterback is a question mark. But you can't deny that Ryan Williams is a game-changing player.
Sure.
Like, and you just said that there's none of those in the SEC, and Ryan Williams is one of those guys.
Yeah.
100%.
What happens when you double his ass?
He finds
He's
a way
gonna
to get
fucking catch
open. There's guys that just do that, and he's one of those guys. Think about Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson at LSU. Granted, they were there at the same
You
time.
can't double them at the same time. That's the problem.
But Chase did have a year without Jefferson, and they seem to do okay.
And who threw him the football?
Burrow.
Was it Joey Burrow?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Couldn't have been.
Yeah.
He went to Ohio State. It's a joke. Relax, Jay Bird. Joe Burrow did go to Ohio State.
I know.
Yeah, he did. So did Quinn Ewers.
Yeah. Quinn Ewers is terrible, though.
Yeah, that's why I'm not very high on Texas
All right, let's
right
get
now
into
either.
let's get into Rev's
I was going to say
top
let's-
25.
Let's,
Let's transition here.
welcome to the roast.
Yeah, you guys can all get after me about my top 25 college football rankings. At number 1, I stuck with Texas because that's what everybody else has that I've been reading about, and I'm just going to go along with it. No reason not to believe it. Great defense. Legacy quarterback. Big fan of it. Penn State, number 2, because I couldn't put Ohio State at number 2. Just couldn't do it.
Surprised you didn't put Clemson there.
Well, I kind of wanted to be a little bit lower on Clemson just to see how they progress throughout the year. But Clemson at 4, Notre Dame at 5, LSU at 6, Georgia at 7, and Miami at 8. Regardless of what Dunham has to say about Mario Cristobal, I like Carson Beck, and I like the Miami Hurricanes, and I think that the ACC is a little more open than people think, and I think it's going to be a lot more competitive than people think as well. However, if we look at one of the best games coming up to start the year, it's Clemson and LSU. I do think whoever wins that game, whether it's Clemson or it's LSU, will find their way into the national championship game. I think Clemson has the potential to go undefeated this year and find their way all the way, just hoisting the trophy at the end. Dabo Swinney, he has the pedigree. He has the best quarterback in college football. And then Garrett Nussmeier's not too far behind. Some other interesting things I have in my top 25. It's pretty vanilla like everybody else. I have Utah at 18 because I think Utah has the potential to win the Big 12. I think they have a lot of great players. They finished the year strong, and it's really hard to play football against Utah in Utah. I have Boise State at number 25 just because Mountain West, you got to show them some love. Boise State was pretty good last year, and they always find a way to make some noise in college football year in, year out. Ever since they had that little run in the Fiesta Bowl, they've been a pretty solid program, and I will continue to believe in Boise State. And outside of that, like I said, it's pretty cut and dry. It looks a lot like the rest of the guys. I might have Notre Dame a little bit higher than everybody else, but Notre Dame did win a couple of college football playoff games last year, and I like what they have in Jeremiah Love. I like their offensive line. I like the way that their coaches the game. Like, Notre Dame is a good program too.
They are.
So who's your dark horse here?
My dark horse, I'd probably say Utah, because
Okay.
if they do win the Big 12, they get in.
Yeah.
And I think that they have a real shot to do that. A team that I don't really have on here that I think could also make a little bit of noise is UNLV.
Yes.
Yes, I saw you pull them up.
Yes.
And UNLV's another team that's in the Mountain West that could give Boise State a run for their money. And with the way that the seating is set up this year, it's a little bit different for those of you that don't know. I believe it's just the top 4 seeds
Yep.
are the top 4.
Conference championships are now irrelevant.
Yes, but if the Big 12 proves to be a pretty competitive conference, they're going to find a way to get a couple teams in there.
Yeah.
Because if the committee saw what Arizona State did last year as a Big 12 team, taking down the Giant in Texas.
I say they're a targeting call away from beating Texas.
Yeah. And I think I'm pretty similar on feeling a little bullish on Georgia here. I don't think they make the college football playoff this year. I think they're going to run into some adversity at the end. And I think Kirby Smart, as great of a coach as he is, you could tell that there was some stress going through his body last year. And I don't know if this roster is capable of living up to the expectations of the SEC. And then once Georgia doesn't make the playoffs, next year we'll have 16 teams in the playoffs instead of just 12.
Yeah.
Just so they can get more SEC teams in there.
Did you see the rumors today?
I did not see the rumors today. What do we got?
They're talking about going to 24
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, so college football,
That would be awesome.
college football will start at Labor Day weekend, and then the championship game will be played on opening day of MLB season.
Sick.
That would be crazy.
Wouldn't
I
hate
would
it.
not hate that.
Wouldn't hate it either. Alabama, meh. Oregon, I honestly would like to see them do a little bit better.
Me too.
Well, I figured you would say that, but maybe their coach Lanning, right?
Yep.
Dan Lanning. Maybe he's got a little bit of a chip on his shoulder, and will finally just find a way to break through this little Oregon curse he's got going on.
Yeah.
Because as a Minnesota sports fan, I know all about teams that overperform in the regular season and then just break your heart to the very bits when you get to the postseason. And the Ohio State embarrassment is probably posted somewhere in that Oregon locker room, and I'm sure Lanning finds a way to make those guys see it every single day. I know he thinks about it every single day. And maybe they just pull out some emotion here and find a way to get over that hump. It would not surprise me to see Oregon get to the last 4 or even the college football national championship.
I will say they do a Hard Knock style episodes for fall camp on YouTube, and they're pretty fun to watch. It's a good time.
Oh.
I mean, like I said, the biggest question for this team is going to be Dante Moore. He has the potential to be the most talented quarterback at Oregon in the Dan Lanning era. I said it.
And then, I'm looking at the Big Ten, and obviously you have your powerhouses, which we all agree are Penn State and Ohio State.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Best rosters. Just a couple question marks at the quarterback position for Ohio State are probably keeping them away from a number 1 chance. I'm sure they're still getting the votes from quite a few coaches in the media out there. Penn State has the James Franklin issue that might stray some people away, like myself. And then if you look at mine, we got Oregon, we got Michigan. Michigan is going to have to deal with adversity from the first day to the last day. And you know what? If they go 500 the whole year and beat Ohio State at the end, Michigan fans are still going to be very excited.
Yeah.
Yep.
It doesn't matter.
All right,
And I think that's how last year went.
Yeah.
It wasn't a great year. We beat Ohio State, and we said this is one of the best years Michigan's had in the last 4.
it's true.
So it's all about perspective. But I would say that my title favorite, even though I don't have them ranked number 1 right now, is probably Clemson. Like I said, I think they have the talent to go undefeated this year.
Yeah.
Yep. Here's my question to you. You got BYU down there at 22. Jay Bird's official new team.
Yes.
Let's go.
The Big 12 is wide open. However, BYU starts a true freshman quarterback that's part of the Bachmeier dynasty, wearing number 47.
It's, number 47
that.
seems like a quarterback for the Air Force kind of number.
Yeah.
We're going to run triple option down your throat until you can't defend it anymore and win 4 or 5 games. But it's BYU. And if I'm looking at BYU, I don't know what's been going on with Brigham Young the last, I would say probably 5 or 6 years. But it seems like they're just getting better and better at each sport. They're putting more into it. BYU's a crazy place to play, too. And they seem to find a way to always be in the conversation by the end of December. 2 more wins and they're in the Big 12 title game. Like they're right there, and it's been like that the last 6 years. Puka Nacua went there. It's obviously Steve Young's alma mater as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's a
Fred Warner.
Fred Warner. Yeah, look at you studying up on your boys. I love that.
Ty Detmer.
But
Ty Detmer.
BYU is just a few
Taysom
votes
Hill.
away from the coach's top 25 anyway, and I just think the Big 12 is so wide open. You could probably put 6 of those teams in that 21 through 25 range, and just like say, you know what, fuck it, we'll call it a day.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you. Texas Tech's new anniversary jerseys were gorgeous.
Ooh,
Yeah, low key why I put them in the top 25.
Chris,
So we could
those
talk
are
about those.
beautiful.
I was hoping somebody would bring up Texas Tech so we
Yeah.
could talk about that uniform combo they have, because wow.
Between the anniversary and the tortilla throwing, I mean, I don't hate the Red Raiders by any means. Oregon
No.
played there Bo Nix's first year, and it was wild.
Yeah, I believe it.
Wow.
Lubbock is a crazy place, I hear.
It is.
Yeah, I heard
Lubbock,
I heard
Texas.
it's one of the most beautiful places in America.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't think we're gonna go crazy here. But yeah, Patrick Mahomes' alma mater.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like it's.
Brittany Mahomes as well.
Oh yeah, Brittany, we love her around here. But no, like I said, I don't have any merit to make a top 25, and I really think like once you get past number 8, it's kind of obsolete for anybody making a top 25 at this point, because it's college football. It's crazy.
Yep.
Out of these teams that I have in that like 9 through 25 range, Alabama's going to find its way into that top 5 if they even start 3-0, because one of those top 8 teams is going to lose, guaranteed. 2 of them are actually, because Texas and Ohio State play each other, Clemson and LSU play each other. I have Notre Dame and Miami, and one of
Yep.
those teams are going to lose.
Yep.
Like this is it's all very fluid.
It's
as
awesome.
we like to say.
It's awesome. We finally got the first 2 weeks down in college football. We're not afraid to lose games anymore, except
Yes, thank
except for
you.
Kurt Signetti at Indiana, who decided, all right, well, if the SEC does it, kiss my ass, Kurt.
Yeah, well, I mean, he went to the college football playoff last year, so
Yeah.
maybe he's got something right.
Google me.
Speaking of the Indiana Hoosiers, who is going to be the 2025 Indiana Hoosiers? The team that's not in the top 25 and the team that just finds a way. They just do it. Who is it?
To just be in the top 25?
No.
or
To
find
be
their way into the playoff.
Yeah. To be unranked and to find their way into the playoff. Who's it going to be?
I can tell you it won't be Vanderbilt, but
I don't
also
know if I love their odds.
it could be Vanderbilt. It's not out of the question. We have another screen up here, and we're kind of pulling up some schedules and whatnot. And you just pulled up Nebraska.
I just pulled up the Nebraska Cornhuskers.
Would you like to talk about Nebraska? Because I feel like they might be your pick.
Nebraska is my pick. Why? Because they go, they play Cincinnati at Arrowhead. They'll win that game. Then they play the Akron Zips. They'll win that game. Akron is probably the worst group of 5 team in college football. Then they play Houston Christian. They'll win that game. Then they host the Michigan Wolverines. They will win this game as well. Then they play Michigan State. They're going to win that game. They go to Maryland. They're winning that game. Then they go to Minnesota. Guess what? They're winning that game. Look up. All of a sudden, we're 6-0. And then we get Northwestern. There's another one.
Yeah,
Then they play USC at home.
yeah,
There's another one.
that's probably a win there too.
Then they get at UCLA in the Rose Bowl. I don't know if you've ever watched games at the Rose Bowl. There's nobody there. They're winning that game too.
But we did talk about that travel. Going to UCLA in November will probably be a nice change of pace for
I
Nebraska.
was gonna say it's gonna be 75 degrees outside.
And doesn't this all really depend on the progression of Raiola?
Yeah, and I think he'll progress nicely. And I think Matt Rule has these boys ready to go.
Yeah.
This-
I mean, I don't disagree with you. I think Raiola's an outstanding prospect. He's a great quarterback. By the time his career is said and done at Nebraska, he's probably going to be a top 10 pick in the NFL draft just because he looks and does everything like Patrick Mahomes, and then people like that. It's for me, Nebraska just hasn't been that big-time program in such a long time. And as we look, they have a bye week, and then they got to go to Penn State. And then they host Iowa.
I could see him losing the last 3 games of the year.
I could see them losing those last 3 games of the year.
Sure, but I mean, you look up at that point, they're 9-0.
Yeah,
right?
but is
Like-
there? But there's also that possibility that Michigan State is better than
No.
people give them credit for.
No.
Uh,
Maryland.
Well,
No.
Maryland. No, I
No.
don't think so. And the Golden Gophers didn't even have a single
Row
top
the boat.
25 vote.
Row the boat
And-
right over the cliff.
Yeah, PJ Fleck is, as a Minnesotan at heart, they got to do something about PJ Fleck. He is such a poser, man. He is a poser. He came from Western Michigan and had a great run there, but now, he has done nothing good for that Gophers football program.
No.
Nothing.
Yep. That is a night game, though, at Minnesota in the middle of October.
I'm telling you, those games at Minnesota can get pretty crazy. Michigan's lost in there. He does get some big wins here and there.
Yeah, he finds them.
So, maybe that's a spot where Nebraska slips up because they're overlooking, Minnesota and they're preparing for Northwestern at home.
Sure.
Yeah,
I don't know
right?
about
Like-
that.
I mean, there's no real trap games on their schedule. I mean, Iowa, if they beat Penn State, they probably lose to Iowa the next week.
I mean, probably. That's a big letdown spot. I mean, probably.
But
it's on a short week because you play on a Friday.
But I like that call with Nebraska. I think, and I want to ask you guys this: is there a team that could go from a non-Power 5 conference undefeated that would get enough respect to make it to the national title game? Or not the national title game, just the playoff. Because there is a team that I have in mind that you guys will probably laugh at, and they are from the Mid-Atlantic Conference, and it's the Toledo Rockets.
I was going to say, I thought
Ooh.
you might be going here.
Because the
Ooh.
Toledo Rockets, if they go undefeated, I know it's the MAC, but I think they have enough respect, especially if they beat Kentucky week 1,
It's possible.
to go to the college football playoff,
I think-
especially if they dominate the MAC.
Yeah, I think this will be Stoops' last year at Kentucky. I think they can him after this year.
Have to.
I mean, he almost left you to go to A&M. The deal was done. And then you re-upped him, and then he proceeded to go, 2-10? They were bad. They
Yeah.
were horrendous. But they have Kentucky, then they have Western Kentucky, Morgan State. I couldn't even tell you where Morgan State is.
Yeah, I really couldn't either. Because it looks like they're playing that one at the Glass Bowl in Toledo.
Let me tell you about Pullman, Washington at the end of October.
Tough place to play.
Not a good time. Not a good time.
Unless you attend Washington State.
Then it's a really good
I
time.
hear Wazoo is a riot.
Yeah,
Is
it's
it?
a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pullman, middle of nowhere. The people go nuts. The stadium is just big enough to create chaos, and the weather out on the Palouse is miserable. It's going to be cold. It's going to be windy, probably snowing at this point. That's a tough trip.
And Mac boys can handle that though.
They can. That is a tough trip, though.
Yeah, for sure. But I just think it'd be nice to see a team that if you see a team go undefeated, we had this conversation years ago with UCF constantly going undefeated and never making it. I think it would just be interesting to see a team like that get a look.
Sure.
Now,
I don't disagree with you.
Do I think anybody's going to get that look? I don't know if anybody's going to go undefeated. I think that's the hard part. Jaybird, do you have anybody on your docket that's not in the top 25 or our top 25s that could make some noise and go to the college football playoff?
I have two. One, because I'm homegrown, and I would love to see the Buffs back up there. CU.
CU. Dion. Shout out to
See,
Dion for
I
being
just don't know.
cancer.
I just
See
don't
you
know.
later to Florida State.
I could see their season being really good, especially if they beat Georgia Tech.
Who's
Honestly.
playing-
Georgia
who's playing
Tech
quarterback?
is its own center.
Who's playing quarterback?
I
Yeah, we
I
don't know
can see
yet.
his face, but
We don't know. It'll
We can
it'll,
all see his face.
it'll be
can't
the
remember
kid.
his name.
The kid from Liberty will be the 5-star kid.
I think it's gonna be the 5-star kid.
We'll
But
see.
scroll down.
Speaking
If
of Liberty, that's another team to watch out for.
Man, I hope they play Oregon again. That Liberty
Georgia
fans are
Tech.
sick of us. Sick of us.
2-0, Houston's gonna be a tough game. If they could get to BYU and beat BYU, I think they're in there. But they do have a tough schedule. BYU, Iowa State, go up a little. Who is that? Oh, Utah. That's a tough game.
Yeah, they go.
In Utah.
Yeah.
West Virginia, Arizona State, Kansas State. Like,
Yeah. Hosting this group, this game, like we might want to think about going to this game.
Sign me up.
I was going to say we might want to think about going to the game.
I
buy
would-
tickets right now.
I would have a really good time.
It's right there. Click on it.
Arizona State Sun Devils.
Take me to StubHub.
I mean, live podcast recording from Folsom Field in Boulder would be dope.
That'd
It
be so
would.
much fun.
It would.
And it's
We,
a fun place to watch a football game.
Have
Have you watched a game there before, Jay Bird?
Yeah, I went
Been a
to
game?
CU versus North Dakota State last year.
Oh yeah, that's right. I saw CU play the Minnesota Golden Gophers.
Didn't you?
I went as a CU fan, and they lost 24-0 to the Gophs.
Oh god.
But this was before Prime.
Didn't you go
before
to the Colorado State game where
No.
Travis Hunter got hurt? I
No.
thought you did.
No, I went. It was no. Last year was North Dakota State.
Hmm.
But another team that I would put more money on that they'll make the top 25, and if they have a good year, they'll be in the playoff. Would be Nico Iamiliava, UCLA.
Oh wow.
UCLA out of the Big Ten Conference.
I will say they did finish much stronger at the end of last year.
Yeah,
They got B-Enemy still, right? Is
No.
their head coach?
No. I can see his face. I
Or
don't
was,
know his
or
name.
was he the offensive coordinator there?
He might have been the OC. I don't hate this call.
I don't. Yeah,
I mean, they have Penn State and Ohio State both on the schedule.
but even with those two losses, they still have a good shot.
Well, they did get a pretty good quarterback prospect.
Right.
I mean, we say he's
And-
pretty good.
And with having a good
We're not talking about Tennessee anymore after he left, so
no.
maybe he was pretty good.
Yeah. So if you've got that primetime quarterback, who else is gonna be like, hey, I want to go play with that guy?
But was Tennessee really that good last year? Their offense sputtered for like 5 straight weeks, and then they went to the horseshoe and just got their teeth kicked in. It was miserable. I don't like he didn't.
There was a lot of hype around Tennessee the
There
whole
was.
year.
There was.
From lots and lots of people and lots of respect.
Well, because they won.
Including me.
How many games? How many games did they win with Joe Milton? They won 10 games with Joe Milton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe including
So-
the bowl.
So that's where it comes from, I think. And Nico had to play in that bowl game, didn't he? Because Milton was like, nah. Or was that the opposite? That might have been a couple years ago.
Wasn't that when Milton got hurt?
In the bowl game?
Did he get hurt?
No. We're thinking of the. Are we thinking of Hendon Hooker and
Oh,
then Milton
yeah.
had to come in?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Okay.
yes.
Hendon Hooker.
Yes.
What
Yeah.
a guy.
Tennessee went from Josh Dobbs to Hendon Hooker to Joe Milton to Nico Amiavalava.
And nothing to show for it.
Well,
What a surprise.
that's. Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of what Tennessee's hype comes around, I think it has more to do with Josh Heupel and his offense than it does anywhere else.
I would argue that UCLA might have one of the toughest schedules in the Big Ten after looking at it. You got Penn State, and then
Yep.
you have to go to Indiana. You have to go to Ohio State. You have to go to USC, which I mean
What,
isn't
that-
very far.
Dude,
but still.
that's a 4.5 hour car ride to go 20 miles.
Yeah, but it's
Brutal.
Although they probably get a police escort, it probably takes 10 minutes.
They probably just fly him into the stadium.
Helicopter, one by one,
Yeah.
that'd be fun. You
But I
could
like-
do that at the top museum.
But I like that idea. I like UCLA maybe making some noise. Honestly, it'd be nice to just see everybody win except for Ohio State.
I wouldn't mind if Ohio State was outside the top 25, outside the top 100 at the end of next year. Wouldn't hate it. I'm curious to see what Army's schedule looks like. You know, the service academies last year did well for themselves. We
They
were
really
all,
did. They really
Except
did.
for Air Force.
we were all getting excited that Army and Navy were going to play each other 12-0. We were like, oh my God, it's going to happen.
A lot of people were excited about that.
Let's
The
see.
Army Navy week meant something.
Yes.
You know,
It was still good. I mean, it wasn't a great game last year, but it is what it is.
it never really is.
No.
I would put the Army Navy under at 24.5 right now.
I will say Army's running back jumped in the transfer portal and is going to Arizona State now. So Arizona State actually got a serviceable running back after.
So you're going from the Army to
Yeah.
Arizona State?
Yeah, could you
I
imagine
think
that?
there were some other factors that might have played into that besides
know.
just football.
What do you think it was? I don't know. Maybe the girls? I don't know.
Perhaps.
Perhaps. Why'd you play college football?
Isn't it obvious?
For the girls? I mean, Army's got Tarleton State. Then they go to Kansas State, who doesn't have Avery Johnson anymore. He got in the portal earlier this week. North Texas, ECU, UAB. UAB is one of those teams. Trent Dilfer will be gone after week 6, probably. Charlotte, no. Tulane is kind of that group of 5 team I have circled that has potential. I don't hate them. A lot of turmoil there. I mean, they brought in, what's his face, that left BYU. Oh,
You should know, Jay Bird. They're your
oh
team.
my gosh.
I do not.
We're still learning our teams.
Yeah,
here.
we're figuring it out.
Not everybody gets lucky enough to have a documentary made about their team's conference to actually know a couple guys on their team.
Army comes to the Air
Just
Force
not good.
Air Force Stadium here November 1st. We could go to this game too if we wanted to.
I feel like the Army Air Force game would be very hard to get tickets for compared to
No, it's not.
Arizona State.
Well, did you go
Service
last
game,
year?
though?
2 years ago?
Yeah, and then went to. So 3 years ago went to Army Air Force. 2 years ago went to, I believe, Oklahoma State and Air Force.
Yeah.
And then this last year, Navy Air Force.
We could probably make a pretty fun Air Force like drinking game. Like anytime they hand off to the fullback, drink.
Anytime the option play.
Oh man, if it was any time there was the option play, we're not making it out of that stadium.
Anytime they throw
Probably not getting off the base.
anytime
Anytime
they
they
throw the
throw.
football, you have to chug.
Oh yeah, that'd be a good one. We never got to do the true 999.
We did not
challenge
get the
from-
999.
not.
we did
Although
not
we
get
could
that
go. The Rockies got a couple more homestands.
in. They're really close to 100 losses.
Really close.
Really close.
Although they did take the series around the Cardinals, which was disappointing.
Nah, who cares? They're gonna lose 100.
They will.
But I think that's enough top 25 talk. We're going to take another quick break, and then we're going to get into some of our Heisman picks. So stay tuned for that.
All right, it's time to talk about the one thing that's the most important to the individuals in college football. That is the Heisman Trophy. Forget the team awards, throw them away. This is the best player in college football, especially those guys who play 2 positions and win 6 games in a season. I'm not hating on Travis Hunter. He deserved that award. Ashton
I
Jenney
would
also
agree.
deserved it, but I don't hate either.
Yeah. Let's just, Travis Hunter, great, good for him. He's not going to be that great in the NFL, I don't think.
Oh, I think he'll be fine. He's been fine.
We'll see.
Not as good as Gianti.
All right. In the Heisman Trophy conversation currently on ESPN.com, the number 1 player expected to win the Heisman Trophy, Arch Manning at plus 600. So this year it's wide open because Travis Hunter was definitely not that high in plus money last year.
Nope, he was not.
No. Arch Manning is not getting that.
I don't think this year. I think when he goes back to Texas next year, I think that there's a high probability he wins it next year.
Yeah.
The guy who I think probably has the highest chance to actually win it, Kate Klubnik. Okay, this guy threw 46 touchdowns last year.
Dog.
Okay, he's going to be even better this year. Clemson's schedule allows for him to just absolutely stat pad. Okay, because Heisman voters also love the stat padding. Okay, if we remember Jaden Daniels' year, stat padding, we loved it. It was all about it.
We love a good stat pad.
Stat pad, 4th quarter up by 49, throwing a touchdown pass. Great. Who cares?
Nobody. Except for
Uh,
maybe the other team. They might get a little butthurt.
or
but
the guy who's rooting
it's
for the guy
fine.
who finished second.
That too.
Garrett Nussmeier is 3rd at plus 900. This one's going to be a little bit tougher because he's going to have to win a lot more games. He's going to have to throw a lot of touchdowns, and he's going to have to keep up. He's going to have to keep pace. I think the race between Klubnik and Nussmeier is going to be really, really fun to watch. The guy who's in 4th is the genetic freak and the crazy monster that is Jeremiah Smith. We
Yeah.
watched what he did at the end of last season. You could have convinced me he could have gone number 1 overall last year as a receiver in the draft as an 18-year-old. What he
Crazy.
can do is absolutely insane. He's fast. He's tall. He's strong. He reminds me so much of the former guy in Detroit.
Calvin Johnson, Georgia Tech.
Megatron.
Megatron.
If you ever get a
Yes.
chance to go back and watch Megatron's highlights at Georgia Tech, it was unbelievable.
Yeah, he was a freak.
Not quite Tavon Austin worthy, but man, it's close.
Yeah. Greatest college
You
football.
can tell them that.
I made my health class watch that this week.
I love that. That's so good.
You know what? It's good for the children to see that. That Heisman race, I think, is going to be pretty good. I think Arch Manning obviously has all the hype. You know, he's the starting quarterback for the University of Texas. I think that's just going to put you in the conversation no matter what. I think if we look at the Heisman Award winner last year, Travis Hunter, it's really, truly looking more and more like a most valuable player award. Perhaps not just the best player in college football. And I can say with some pretty good confidence that Arch Manning isn't the greatest player in college football yet.
No.
You know, he obviously has the pedigree and the potential to get there. But if I was a betting man, which I definitely am, I wouldn't put my stake in Arch Manning. I'd probably be leaning more towards Cade Klubnik just being the best quarterback. But as far as players go, you know, it's really hard to look away from Mr. Smith over there at Ohio State. As much as I hate to say it, the dude can flat out ball.
Yeah.
And if it's going to be the best player in college football award, you know, he's right at the top of the list. Him, Cade, Nussmeier, you know, those are all guys that truly look like the best players in college football at the moment. And that's without playing a game yet. So I'm leaning more towards Klubnik because I think that the Heisman typically goes to the best quarterback in the country.
Yep.
Especially if they have the numbers and the stats to back it up. And if Clemson does go undefeated, wins the national championship, it's going to be because of Cade Klubnik and his elite talent. And he'd be looking at that number 1 overall pick status in his future.
I don't disagree. I do find it interesting, Jay Bird. We had a conversation before we turned the camera back on. His counterpart, Jeremiah Smith's counterpart at the University of Alabama,
Roll Tide.
Ryan Williams isn't anywhere near the top 15. He's 40-1 to win the Heisman Trophy.
He is.
But
That's okay.
But the guy who's going to be throwing him the football is in the top 10, Mr. Ty Simpson. Make it make sense for me, please.
Nasty duo. Okay. Doesn't really make sense to me that Ryan Williams is that low, especially literally being a 17-year-old and putting up the stats and performing the way he did. You know, but when we're talking about Heisman's, you know, who is giving him the ball, right? The quarterback. The quarterback's going to get all the stats, right? He's going to get the touchdowns too. He's going to get the yards too, okay? And with, you know, quarterbacks are always going to be higher on that scale, mainly for that reason, because they're getting more yardage per game. Ryan Williams is fighting for catches, got to get open, right? Quarterbacks have the ball every snap.
I mean, for me, if Ty Simpson's throwing the ball, right? Kalen DeBoer likes to throw the ball. Michael Penix threw the ball a lot. Okay. If Ty Simpson goes like 25 of 42, I guarantee that Williams is going to have 15 of those catches. For me, it should be the other way around. Simpson should be like 40-1.
You're saying that the quarterback is probably like if all the targets are concentrated to a guy like Ryan Williams
Or Jeremiah Smith,
that the receiver should be getting more credit than the quarterback.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying, right?
To me, this is a Carson Beck, Brock Bowers situation.
So if we're gonna take a look at numbers of, you know, some of the best QB wide receiver duos to ever do it, I would be interested to see how many touchdowns like get credited to, you know, both of them. So let's say Ty Simpson throws 40 touchdowns this year.
Yep.
If Williams is on the receiving end of 18 plus, he should probably have more of an argument for the Heisman than Ty Simpson.
Could we look at Joe Burrow when he won it?
Sure. I think that's an interesting guy to look at, but he also had Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson in that season.
I was going to say there was more receivers in that group.
I think an interesting guy to look at, though, would be Travis Hunter, maybe. How many wide receiver stats did he boost for Shedeur, right? Because Shador had better odds than Travis Hunter at the beginning of the season
Yeah.
last year. But then look what happens. Travis Hunter has this insane season, and now he's the one winning the Heisman. So I think you got to look at wide receivers who have won the Heisman and compare them to their QB counterparts.
When's the last time a wide receiver did win?
Travis Hunter.
Well, I mean, Travis Hunter.
Well,
but
okay,
before that
other
would have
than
been
that, 'cause
Devonta Smith would have been the last one.
Devonta Smith. Wow. I forgot that. You forget that he won a Heisman.
Yeah.
And
And his quarterback was Hurts, right? Or was it Tua that year?
I think it was Tua. That's an interesting one. But like I think if the wide receiver accounts for more than 35 to 40% of the quarterback's touchdowns, he's got to get that Heisman vote before the quarterback does.
Yeah, I like that.
I agree. That's usually like NCAA football. That's how it is, right? If I'm airing it out and my receiver's got 300 yards and my quarterback's got 300 yards, it's all about the receiver.
Yeah, like who's player of the week that week? Obviously, the receiver who gets 315 for 6 touchdowns.
Right.
And I think you think it would work the same way in college football, but I think a guy that I'm kind of looking at on the outside of this top 5 group that we're kind of discussing right now is that running back from Notre Dame, Jeremiah Love.
Ooh.
I mean, the kid is good.
Yeah.
And he's got a good offensive line in Notre Dame. And like you said, Notre Dame has a tough 2 games at the beginning of the season. But sorry, we just saw a crazy graphic pull up on the ESPN screen. We'll get to that. We might get to that later. That is wild. I wish we could find a way to pull that up. But regardless, Jeremiah Love, great offensive line, and if they're going to be playing cupcake schedules down the stretch, who's to say that they aren't going to try to put him in the end zone at least 25 times by the end of the season? And if he's doing that, and Notre Dame goes undefeated, he's got a shot to win the Heisman as a running back, and that does not happen too often.
At least they're going with your Clemson pick at number 1.
Yeah. Okay. So as we were discussing something just came across our table from the worldwide leader in sports in ESPN, which I personally have other things to say about that, but time and place. I won't talk too bad about ESPN right now. They apparently ran 25 simulations in EA Sports College Football 26. Big shout out to EA Sports for bringing that game back. It was a game changer.
Oh yeah.
They ran 25 simulations, and the national champion that they have here is Texas Tech as the 4 seed.
Beating Nebraska, the 6 seed.
And you know what's crazy? We did talk about Nebraska and Texas Tech a little bit today.
We did.
I know.
So, I mean, is it too crazy? Yeah, it's a little crazy.
And Liberty there at the 12. In
So-
Indiana there at the 5.
Auburn making the playoff is hilarious to me.
Washington as a 10 seed.
It's hilarious to me. That's funny.
Is that Tennessee as the 7? I can't see that close, but I think that's Tennessee at the 7. Like this is
Tennessee
It is.
at the
This is
7.
insane work by EA Sports College Football. I don't know if they did this last year to figure out who the national championship was, but at least they had Clemson in the right spot. I could see
Penn
Clemson
State.
being the number 1 seed.
Penn
Penn
State at
State.
the right spot.
Penn State's there.
Oklahoma at 3.
Oklahoma, the only
Dunham's,
SEC
Wow.
Dunham's favorite
other
team.
than Tennessee.
Dunham's favorite team, Oklahoma. And there's only 3 SEC teams in this college football
Because
playoff.
they suck.
Oh, yeah.
Video games have no bias, baby.
That's right. They got Indiana at the 5. Like this is crazy work, but honestly, I love it. I think it's awesome. And if you're ever interested in EA Sports College Football, we have toyed with the idea of maybe starting a little connected dynasty.
Oh,
together
yeah.
as the 3 of us. Maybe we could use our teams, Vanderbilt, BYU, and Pitt.
Oh, I don't mind that.
To see who could actually come on top. Maybe not in the year 2025. Might be tough for all of us, but
I'm getting 5 stars.
those recruiting classes would look pretty fun by the end of it. But anyways, I think as a table, we can say that our personal favorite by consensus is
Yeah.
Cade Klubnik.
Would agree.
We like Ryan Williams. We think Nussmeier has a shot. Got Jeremiah Love as a little dark horse from Notre Dame. Do you guys have any dark horse candidates that you're looking at?
I'm not going to sleep on Marcel Reed at Texas A&M. Okay, one of the biggest reasons why Texas A&M was so good last year, you have to remember going into that Texas game, if they beat Texas, they were playing for the SEC championship game and the right to get to the playoff. And a lot of that had to do with the play of Marcel Reed at the beginning of the year. Okay, true freshman quarterback, came into the SEC. He kind of has that Johnny Manziel dual threat, can move, can throw, can do all those things.
Hopefully it's not the triple threat with all the
Hopefully not.
know,
Hopefully, but
the
again,
boozing and the partying. But
again, Texas A&M has. I think they have an issue with that. Okay, we're not going to get into the cult that is the A&M Aggies. Okay, but I think Marcel Reed, if they have a really good year at Texas A&M, I think he's got a shot to find his way into that top 5 and maybe win a vote. It's certainly possible. I don't know if they have the weapons to do it.
okay.
But I do like Marcel Reed. I'm not going to sleep on Texas A&M. Their schedule's hard. It's not the greatest. They do have to play
What happens
LSU.
when you play in the SEC?
Amen,
You got to play the best
brother.
teams in the country.
Amen, brother.
Got to play those best teams in the
Yeah,
country.
Except for Texas, right? They get the cupcake.
Well, it's
and
because
then-
they're number one. Everybody's worse than Texas.
And then I think I was going
Yeah.
quite
Save
kind
it.
of the same way
Shut up. I'm so
as
sick of
Dunham.
this.
You know, true freshman quarterback DJ Lagway.
He's a sophomore
Was he a-
now. He's
He'll be
a sophomore now.
He's
Yeah.
a true freshman last
That
year.
well,
but
you know that's what I meant. He was a true
picking up what
freshman
you're laying
last
down.
year. You know, same thing. Start of the year, they're riding behind DJ Lagway. Then he gets hurt.
Yeah.
You know, I think if he can stay healthy, I could see DJ Lagway being the dark horse
Yeah.
there.
He's 20. He's 22-1 to win the Heisman.
Yeah.
I don't hate that. If you got a little sprinkle out there, I don't hate it.
Yeah.
yeah, no, I don't hate that either. He's a great quarterback. He showed it last year at Florida when he was taking over for Mertz, right? Graham Mertz.
Mhm.
Who in his own right wasn't very good, but one of those situations where put the coach in a tough spot when you got just a leader of your program, senior guy, you want to give him as many chances as you can.
Yeah.
Probably started him too long, but maybe Florida won't make that same mistake again. And if Lagway comes through and Florida has a solid year, you know,
Could be
they're gonna
up
be
there
right
at
there
the
at the end.
SEC championship.
They could be. I think the SEC is a little bit more open than people think.
Yeah,
So,
for sure.
and maybe we can get into a little bit more of the conference previews next week when we come back for season 2, episode 2. But
After
we're gonna
week 0.
After
after
week
week
0.
0. So
Yeah.
speaking of week 0, that is on Saturday. Yes, folks, there is football that means something again this weekend.
Yeah.
So get your DraftKings apps out, get FanDuel out, whatever you use to bet. Bet365, they got hella promotions if you're a new user.
Really excited to start doing the what are the odds again
No.
on the
Oh,
Insta.
yes.
So we got some good odds out here already. And the first game that we are going to take a look at, just because it's not very exciting, we'll save the exciting one for the end, the matchup in Dublin. Let's start with Fresno State at Kansas. Spread right now, 12.5, over under 50.5. The game is going to be played in Kansas. And I would like to hear picks from Dunham first. So the spread is 12.5.
Man, that feels short. That feels really short because we know Kansas has a quarterback who can ball. Jalen Daniels can flat out play. He's good, and when he's going, Kansas is also going. They have been a problem in the Big 12 when he is playing well and when he is healthy. Fresno State hasn't been good in the Mountain West in almost a decade and a half when
Yeah.
Derek Carr was their
I was
quarterback,
going to say,
right?
they haven't been good since Derek Carr.
No.
And
I
they've
don't see
gone.
it- I don't see that changing either.
Yeah, I feel like they've gone through the coaching cycle 6 times since Derek Carr. They've had 5 or 6 different coaches, 3 or 4 different athletic directors. Like that program has struggled mightily. So I would be. I don't. Why is it 12.5? Why is that number? Right, like, what's the over under at 52.5?
50.5.
50.5, and the number's at 12.5. So the books are
Under.
saying that this is going to be a 35-7 football game, and they're hoping that it doesn't go over. But then it's also 12.5. Man, you'd have to think you'd have to take the 12.5 and the over, right?
I think it all depends on how you look at Fresno State. If you think Fresno State can score at least 2 touchdowns, then you take the over. If you think they won't score more than 14 and a half points, you got to go under. My pick is Kansas minus 12.5, and I'm going to take under 50.5 because I don't think Fresno State's going to score more than 10 points.
Yep. I was going to go Kansas for sure. I would definitely go minus 12.5.
Yeah, I'm thinking 38-10 Kansas.
Yeah, I mean, I forgot that Fresno State's moving to the Pac-12 next year. There's just nothing here about this team that screams, hooray!
No, so
No,
38-10.
screams, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll take 38-10 Kansas or Fresno State.
They generate the fewest non-offensive points since 2020, so their defense is okay. I mean,
I don't care if their defense is okay. Kansas is good. They're at home. It's week 0. Let's see it happen.
yeah, I'm taking Kansas there.
All right, so we're all on Kansas at minus 12.5. And so looks like there's no tuna implications on this one.
No.
So let's move on. Let's go to Sam Houston versus Western Kentucky. And I think that this game is going to be a little bit more interesting than the people think because
Really?
Sam Houston is not a bad program.
No, they've been on the up and come.
And Western Kentucky is also a pretty up and up.
They were in the top 25 for a while last year, weren't they?
No. You're thinking baseball.
Yeah, the Hilltoppers had a good baseball team, but the
They do.
Western Kentucky team
You're right.
is also not a. They haven't been
My bad.
bad. They're going to be above a 500 team, and I believe they're in Conference USA, American Conference USA. They're in one of those.
I think they're in CUSA.
They're in one of those
They're
weird little
CUSA.
conferences. I'm going to take Sam Houston State.
What's the line?
It's Western Kentucky minus 10,
Oh,
Sam
wow.
Houston plus 10, and over/unders at 60.5. I will take Sam Houston to cover.
You know what I would consider doing, depending on how these lines go? I would go Sam Houston, Kansas, and probably Iowa State teaser. That's probably where I'm going. That's where my brain goes.
And teasers, for those of you that don't know, is a great way to hedge those lines a little bit. You can do a 4-point teaser. You can do a 6-point teaser. I typically look for those kind of odd number lines to do that on. So let's say it's like a 12.5, like the Kansas game. If you tease that down 4 points, you get it to 8.5, and it's going to be a 10-point win for Kansas or a 10-point cover for Fresno State.
Or a touchdown cover.
Yeah, or a touchdown cover. Those are things that you got to look at when you're placing these bets. And if you ever want to ask us any questions, feel free to slide into our DMs on Instagram or Twitter for more information about
Put them in
teasers
the
and whatnot.
chat. Put them in the chat.
Yeah, always. We're always down to talk sports betting. But Sam Houston covers 10 against Western Kentucky. That's my call.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, I couldn't tell you jack shit about either program. I do like betting on Western Kentucky when it comes to bowl season, though.
I want to say that Sam Houston is an FCS program, or used to be, and they just found their way.
I was going to say, I think they're making their way up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
Little
it's
JMU situation.
Yeah.
sort of like that. Yeah. So I'm taking Sam Houston. Jaber, what do you got? Sam Houston to cover 10. I'm not sure who's going to win the game, but for shits and gigs, I might as well just say Sam Houston with the upset, just for something contrarian.
I don't know. I don't know shit about these two teams, but something makes me feel like I need to go with Western Kentucky.
All right. So we have Sam Houston for Rev. Dunham's
I'm
also.
on Western Kentucky.
There
So we got two Western Kentuckys and a Sam Houston play. We love it. Let's take a look at the late game. Stanford at Hawaii.
Oh, this is like the college football sicko mode. Okay, just like college baseball last year. If Hawaii's on TV at 11:30, I'm watching. I don't care who they're playing. I'm watching.
Well, week 0, they're only on at 5:30, so you don't have to get your hopes up too crazy here.
Yeah, but week 10, like 11:30 is awesome. San Jose State, Hawaii, awesome. Hawaii also just got their new stadium approved.
Oh, let's go, Bows. All right, so the line right now is -2.5. Hawaii over under 52.5. And Hawaii at home. I'm just going to roll with that. That's what I feel. I think they cover at 2.5.
I think Stanford's going to suck this year. This is like a lame duck year. Frank Reich's the head coach. Andrew Luck brought him in just 1 year to get through it. Because you remember they had to fire the former coach from Sacramento State halfway through the year because of some things that I guess was going on in the office between like being emotionally and verbally abusive. And Andrew Luck said, "Get out,
Get out, man.
get out, man.
You're not gonna
We're not going to tolerate it."
It's just not what we do here at Stanford.
I was honestly hoping that Andrew Luck was going to coach the team. That would have been way more fun.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
my gosh. Is he the next Harbaugh?
That's what I'm wondering. But I think he just likes playing GM because he's just the engineer mindset. It'd be like, if I put this piece here and I put that piece there, then they should go together like this, and that's nice.
He's also too young to be a head coach right now. He was too good to just start like coaching now. You know, Andrew Luck, best that never was.
I mean, he's got to be what, 36, 37? He's
How
not
old-
that much older than me.
Phillip Rivers was like playing until he was like 39, 40.
Well, that's Phillip Rivers. He had to make sure he had insurance for his 35 kids.
Boo.
By the way, his first kid's about to come through high school. He's already like a 3-star quarterback as a freshman.
I heard that.
Yeah.
So I got Hawaii covering 2.5. What do you got?
So for me, Hawaii, a little personal here. I'm going with Hawaii. One of my head O-line coach from Adams State is actually the O-line coach at Hawaii.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Shout out to Coach
Get him on.
Favi.
Get him on.
Yeah, he was.
Come talk Hawaii
He-
football with us, man. We'll
he-
be up at 11:30. We'll talk to you.
Yeah.
He played at the University of Hawaii, recruited me from high school, went out to Adams State. Absolute phenomenal coach. Love that dude. And so he's going to help the Bows out get a dub
Yep.
week 1 against Stanford.
Covering.
Give me the Island Boys. Here we go.
All right. And then we also see Idaho State and UNLV on this schedule.
I think we can all obviously pick UNLV.
yeah,
should be-
UNLV should steamroll this one.
I can't wait to see what Dan Mullen does with this team. I'm so excited, especially with Alex Orji at the quarterback. Big Power 5 experience. UNLV is going to have a good year.
Everybody loves orgy.
We love orgies in the end zone.
We love orgies. And now it brings us to the marquee matchup on Saturday at 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time on the worldwide leader of sports.
ESPN.
Can't wait.
Farmageddon.
Can't wait.
Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun.
Farmageddon, baby. Here we go.
Hell yeah. In Dublin, where they had some sort of famine about potatoes.
Once upon a time.
Kansas State versus Iowa State. Oh my gosh. I hate this game as a week 0 matchup.
You just hate
I-
both teams involved.
Here's the thing. I don't hate Kansas State. Look,
You
great
should.
alumni. I love me some Darren Sproles. Okay? Like, that is, when I played NCAA football 2003 and I had Darren Sproles, we were running all over the place, man. But what pisses me off is that I'm probably going to have to go with Iowa State because of the whole Avery Johnson transfer. And that just hurts my fucking soul.
Go Cyclones,
Respectfully.
baby. Go Cyclones.
Oh my gosh.
Is
I
it a
hate
Mi-
them with every ounce of my
Is it a
goddamn
Minnesota
being.
thing why you hate Iowa and Iowa State so much?
Well, the Minnesota Iowa thing makes sense. The Minnesota Iowa State thing has
Yeah,
no
the battle
affiliation.
for the bronze pig.
I just Floyd of Rosedale. Come on now, that trophy means something to the people of Minnesota. Every year we want to win that one because who hates Iowa? We hate Iowa. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
So Iowa State, I have nothing against them as far as like a fan perspective. I just hate them. Why?
Okay.
Because they seem like they should always be. They say we're in the top 25. We're gonna be this. We're gonna win the Big 12. We're gonna do all this, and they never, ever, ever meet expectations. And that drives me nuts. They do it in college basketball. Like, it's probably more of a college basketball thing for me.
Potential jump bucket right there.
Shit, yeah. Especially if they lose next week or this Saturday
Yeah.
and we all pick Iowa State. Fuck's sake, man. I'll lose my mind.
I was going to say, this is where the issue comes into play because who's the favorite in this game?
Kansas State,
Kansas
-3.
How many times has the favorite won over in Dublin, Ireland?
0.
0. Okay, this is where the issue comes into play. However, with Avery Johnson just being like, peace out, Girl Scout, man, it is hard to just believe in Kansas State that this is going to be okay. Like, do we remember when Matt Campbell was in discussion to take NFL jobs?
Yes, we do.
Right? And Rocco Becht is on year number 2. He's not Brock Purdy, but he's thrown for 6,000 yards in 2 seasons. Their O-line is back. They're not a bad football team.
Yeah, but I'm gonna take Kansas State.
I like it.
I'm
I
gonna
like
take.
it.
I'm gonna take the Wildcats because my heart just won't let me take the goddamn Cyclones.
I like it.
Okay.
Guess I'm being the odd man out here. I'm going not Kansas State. I'm going Iowa State here.
No, I'm with you, Bird.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
with you.
All right.
Yeah,
I'm going
I'm going to go
Iowa
contrarian here.
Yeah.
So somebody's going to be eating tuna next week. It's either going to be both of you, and we got to get a foot long, or it's going to be just me, and I'll just take down the 6-inch.
I think you should do the whole foot long. Might as well.
Oh gosh.
The good news is there's a Subway right up the road, so it's nice and fresh.
Yeah, I mean it's better than egg salad, but so
I do
Maybe
egg
I'll make you
salad.
eat egg salad.
Yeah.
We have to eat tuna, and you have to eat egg salad.
man, you don't want to see me throw up on the stream. You don't want to see me throw up on that. Egg salad make me throw up.
That's
The consistency, the texture, the smell, everything about it just right into the mic. So run down again to the picks. Iowa State, Kansas State. We have Rev on Kansas State. The field on Iowa State, Justin and Austin. When we look at Fresno State and Kansas, we are all rolling with the Kansas Jayhawks to take down the Fresno State Bulldogs. We head over to Sam Houston and Western Kentucky. Rev is on Sam Houston. Dunham.
Wait.
and-
What do you on DraftKings? Who's the favorite in Dublin?
Right now, it's still Kansas State at -3.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, we're on the right side.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I know you're on the right side. You're
Okay.
playing trends. I don't hate it. But Sam Houston, I like him to cover 10, and I'm picking him to win the game to be a little contrarian here. Because if we all pick the same people to win, it's no fun. Nobody eats tuna. And then we are all on Hawaii to win their home opener in Honolulu. And go Bows. I just went on a recent trip to Hawaii, and it was beautiful. My wife and I had a great time.
Love that.
Let's say here's the teaser. So I got 10-point teaser right now between the three teams. So I got Iowa State up to 13.5, Kansas down to 2.5, and Western Kentucky plus a half at plus 100. Even money.
Who messes it up?
Ooh, messes it.
Western
My guess would
Kentucky.
be Western Kentucky.
My guess would be Western Kentucky too, because I think Sam Houston might just win that game.
And 11-point teasers minus 120.
Interesting.
Still worth it.
Is the juice worth the squeeze?
I love almost like doing these 8-leg teasers on a Saturday morning and going like plus 2 touchdowns. It's so much fun to sit there and be like, how are they going to blow this?
It stresses us out, but it's why we do it. It's why we love the game. We're excited for week 0 in college football. We're excited to be back in the studio.
Season
recording for you
2.
guys in season 2. Episode 2 will be out hopefully next week. We can get back together and talk some more smack and see who eats the tuna. Hopefully it's these guys, and
Hopefully it's egg salad for you.
And I got two things to say, brother. Roll Tide and go Cougs.
anchor down. Go Commodores, baby.
I got to figure out what the Pitt Panther slogan is, but at the moment, it's go Panthers, go Mojo.
All right. Thanks for listening, guys. We'll see you next time.